Welcome everybody to the Guys on Two Wheels. In this video we'll be talking about the Royal Enfield 650 Twins. So the first point is, the first problem that I ever faced was this lock of the side panel. You know, as you can see, this is like the same lock that comes in the 90s scooters. This thing broke on the ride. Like on my way I ended up at my destination and the lock was out. So problem number two, come over here and as you can see that this rubber, it has already been broken, and this is the second time that this thing has happened. And you know, you don't just get the same rubber only, you have to get the whole lock set replaced just to get this rubber exchanged. So point number three, as you can see that this exhaust has been mounted at three places, one over here, and one is in the front. But apart from that, there's a very small specific mount. It's made of a graphite stone. It's over here in behind this cup in here. It just went loose. I was on a ride and my exhaust started flapping like a Flappy Bird. You remember the game, right? So point number four, the clutch cables. Well, it's an Enfield. The clutch cables are supposed to break, right? Now, I'm not talking about the breakage of the cables. I'm talking about the cables getting loose while you're riding the bike. So check this out over here. As you can see, this is already loose. I mean, we just rode it like 15 kilometers. I mean, they fixed this thing in the new setup. That was this one. This was the second, that was the first lot of the bikes that was produced, and this was from the second lot, and they added this thing so that it doesn't happen anymore, but it still does. Do you guys know the feeling when you're hitting triple digits on the speedometer and it just stops working? You will if you own any of the Royal Enfield motorcycles. So this is not just a specific Interceptor thing, it's a Royal Enfield thing that all kinds of cables are gonna go broke, you know. They're gonna break, they're gonna stop working in the middle of the ride. So point number five, everyone wants their bikes to be as safe as possible. So I got these special fog gator kits from Royal Enfield right when I bought the bike. But a very small problem with these things is that the clamps that the company guys use, they've already rusted. Now I really love the fact that these bikes come with a completely chrome exhaust systems, which brings us to our point number six, that they applied this kind of an anti-rust system later on, like after sales thing. They had to recall our motorcycles and they applied this, which resulted it in looking like this. Like it's so disgusting, like That was the point number seven, which brings us to another general Royal Enfield problem, which is the point number eight, that the bulbs, you know, the headlight bulb and the tail light bulb, like I've replaced these bulbs at least 4 times now in the past 2 years. I haven't had to do so in my BMW, you know. Till now it had been a complaint video rather than a review, so we're gonna start talking about the reviews now. The reason I bought the Interceptor and not the Continental GT was that I did not want the aggressive cafe racer stance, but I'm kind of regretting that fact because this thing has got the worst ergonomics of any Enfield motorcycle. So the guys at Royal Enfield were not sure what they wanted to make. As you can see that the tank is too slim, the footrests are too wide, and you're practically sitting like this when you're trying to be, you know, when you're trying to hug the tank, you're practically sitting like this. The ergonomics on the Continental GT, on the other hand, are way better than the Interceptor. As you can see, it's got the similar sized tank width, and the footrest, like the sets, they're mounted in the back, but at least they're inside, they're not extremely wide, which makes it easier to ride than this one. While we're on the subject of the footrest of this Interceptor are exactly where you put your feet down when you're stopping at a stop, so you're kind of going to bump your leg into it like a lot for the first few days. Then you're going to start get the habit of pulling them back from the spring. But yeah, this is wrong. I forgot to mention a point in the Interceptor bashing category. Well, this is a good thing that the wheels are actually aluminum in the spoke wheels setup. But when you go to a local tire shop to get it replaced, the tire replaced, or you get the tube punctured and you have to get it fixed, the puncture fixed, he is going to bend the wheel. Now if you're in India and your budget is around 3 lakh rupees, these two are one of the best choices to get. The other choices are usually the KTM 390cc engines or the BMW 310cc engines. But there's another thing, that if you're not against buying a pre-owned motorcycle, I would actually suggest that you go for a even bigger engine in this classic category like the Bonneville or the Street Twin, and you can get a pre-owned one for a really nice rate. So I'm gonna stop whining now. The video's over. These two bikes are actually really nice motorcycles to get. You should get it if you're thinking about it. Never let your dreams die. Your dreams are what makes you what you are. Okay, yeah, enough. So we're done. Please like, subscribe and share this video, and I'll see you in the next time.